I bet with internet only. They're a fantastic site. I've never had any issues with them. They are very professional. There's never a problem. You deposit money, 2 seconds later it's in your account. You withdraw, which I do very occasionally, and I believe it's also 2 seconds it's in your account.
The last race of the day is the 9th race at 4:25. The World Sports Betting thanks you for joining FM 88 Handicap. It's for the girls, and we wrap up racing over 1,200 metres. There is a package. There are interviews with Michael Roberts, Garth Puller and Duncan Howells, and as Sheldon alluded to earlier on, we thank everybody for their contribution. Enjoy the last package.
A bit confusing with her, she was such a good 2-year-old, Group 1 placed and all that. I brought her back in trip because, she did need the run over the 14, but at home here she works so well, and Rachel just felt that we should come back to the straight, the 1,200. So we'll see, she was rated very highly, she's dropping slowly. She's probably going to need a few more pounds of her back, but if Kaylin come to the track with her homework, I think she can be very competitive.
Purple and Kanyezi, yeah, she's disappointing a little bit on the poly, which we thought that she liked. I put her on the grass that day to sharpen her up. She was completely outpaced, came from way back to finish third, ran on very strongly at the finish. We subsequently ran her on the poly, and she didn't run like we thought she would. So I'm putting her back on. I've got a top jockey on. She'll be outpaced, but I'm hoping she can put in the same kick at the end, and then we'll get an idea where we're going. She has won 6 races, and she needs to come down a little bit in the merit rating. She's not a young filly.
Yeah, look, it could be a touch sharp for her, but I've always been keen to try over the 1,200. I think if things go right for her, she's capable of running right there. She's always been a very honest filly, so I wouldn't leave her out of quartets and trifectas.
Now I'm going to give the ball straight back to you, Sheldon, because this handicap at the 88 level, where the average rating is 83, it's quite an interesting race to close off proceedings. There are horses that are tumbling down in ratings, that are coming in with light weights. There are horses that I think have got ability. Reefway, I think, is a smart filly in the making. She's 1 from 1 with blinkers. Amarandi really impressed me in her last start, which was also in a feature. She looks to be a good filly. La Pura Vida, also a nice type, lightly raced. So those 3 for me stick out. I think Valeria's Dreams won 2 starts, and her last win was impressive, beating Sharfolia. So those are the 4 horses that I'm really interested in, but it's nowhere near as easy as that. I need your help.
At this stage of recording, there's 13 runners, and I can tell you that I've got a lot more questions than 13. I've got a whole lot of questions that need to be answered in this race. So let's kick off with the number 4 horse, Reefway, the daughter of Rafif, trading at around 5-1 in a very open-looking contest. Relatively unknown. They put the blinkers on last time out, skated away late on, was pushed up 8 points in the merit rating system. So Reefway is a horse that you have to keep a close eye on. Against her is that La Pura Vida, who was also penalised in the race. I think was pushed up 4 points, was 1.3 lengths behind. Ran from the extreme outside, if you remember, on that occasion, and ended up on the inside. So that probably cost her 3 lengths. So had she run straight, could she have beaten Reefway? Possibly yes. Only we're going to find out on the day on Sunday how they're going to go on the day. So La Pura Vida is a horse who's drifted from one side to the other last time out, is still relatively unexposed. So we'll see exactly a bit more about La Pura Vida. And unfortunately, she is drawn on the grandstand side again, which could be against her if she doesn't run straight. Reefway, then there's horses like Red Roses 2, who did have valid excuses last time out. She did run in the Grade 1 Alan Robinson, although well beaten, ran 4th behind Amina prior to that. Valeria's Dream beat Sharfolia, and then if you look at the penultimate run behind Diamond Girl, finished 3rd on that occasion. That was a fair effort. You got number 11 Amarandi. Kayleen's dropping down in the ratings. And then my Shruti for the race at 33-1 is number 3, October's Song. off form at the moment, but the form lines have been well franked. She's run to Diamond Girl, and at the weights there, she gets a big swing around with a few of them. Last time out, disappointing again behind Get in the Queue, but that's allowed her drop down to a 67. She gets a 1.5 kg pull for Sipasihle Tlengwa, and I'm just hoping that number 3, October Song, can find some of her earlier form. So in race number 9, my suggestion is number 3, October Song, which you'll see later on as a place bet.
And she goes well at this course. She said 8 starts for 2 wins and a place, as you say, 50.5 kilograms, 20 points recently in the rating. Well found. And I know you've liked October Song before, and one of these days she's going to repay you in a big way. And it could very well be on Sunday, because she's certainly not prayerless. She's got a chance. So we pay healthy respect to Sheldon's value, number 3, October Song. But it's difficult. It's a difficult race to close off the contest, to close off the race meeting. Anything else to add for race 9 before we go and have a look at your slide?
Well, if you look at Lady Haas, she's got some very good form. Number 2, Toto, you can't leave out. And if you go through the list, Purple and Kanyezi was flying up in the penultimate run, and you heard from Duncan, he's been crying out to try Lucky Miss, perhaps in a 1200, the way she travels. She travels so effortlessly up until the last 100 meters. So with the pace on, very, very tough race, but an ending, race number 9, as wide as your budget will allow. But for me, number 3, October Song, I'm just hoping that she can come with her A-game on race day.
My name's Danny Diliberto, founder of Ladles of Love. It was founded back in 2014. Communities we work with are all over the peninsula, and we're working with 138 beneficiaries now. We've grown exponentially. We've been able to do that because of all the kindness that we have experienced from individuals and corporates such as Interbet, who just want to be part of the change.